set for Delhi's Arun Jaitley Stadium to host its first clash of the 2023 ODI World Cup as South Africa take on Sri Lanka on Saturday. Both teams have been here since Wednesday and are continuing their preparations for that clash. The Proteas have a very strong batting lineup, but not many have them down as title contenders, which could work in their favour. The sense that you got from Captain Temba Bavuma during his press conference was that there is a real sense of positivity within the South African camp and a real belief that they can do some damage at the World Cup. As far as Sri Lanka are concerned, they will look to bounce back after that hammering at the hands of India in the Asia Cup final. The venue's capacity has been increased to 55,000 specifically for the World Cup, and teams have chosen to bowl first here at the stadium. With video journalist S.K. Chandrasekhar, this is Vidur Kathuria for WION World is One.
They have two teams possibly heading in different directions. Sri Lanka sort of stuttering after getting bowled out for 50, actually 12 for 6 at one stage. South Africa flying after hammering Australia in those last 3 ODIs in that series.
Surely, yes, agree with that. That bowling out for 50, we got to put that aside. Hopefully they've erased it from their mind. But the more worrying thing for Sri Lanka, when they made that 300, one guy got 150 and the rest really didn't do much at all, and that was not clever. So that doesn't give too much confidence either coming into this. So whilst they've still got the ability and the potential, confidence can't be that high.
Okay, when I'm looking at the South African squad, I'm looking and seeing a lot of runs if this batting starts to click together. Do Sri Lanka have the bowlers to sort of peg them back?
Well, this is sight unseen, right? We don't know what the Kotla wicket is like.
I'm hearing
yet.
it's going to be a slow wicket.
Yeah, so that may be
Sri
an
Lanka's
advantage to Sri Lanka. Yeah, and you know, when we come to the battles, I've got the opening batsman facing a quick, but that could change. It really could change, like we saw today with an off-spinner opening bomb. That can happen tomorrow as well. But yeah, if it's a slow wicket and maybe taking a little bit of spin, Sri Lanka will be happy with that.
Okay, let's look at those battles then, because Vidur Kathuria, our correspondent who was at the Kotla, is telling us it's going to be a slow wicket. Let's put that up. Our first key battle, there's no Dushmanta Chamira for Sri Lanka, so you're putting Quinton de Kock against Dilshan Madhushankar. And South Africa want de Kock to go hard. Remember, this is the last ODI tournament.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's dangerous. He's one of the real danger players in this tournament. And I just saw this guy bowl some time ago, and he really impressed me. He's got, you know, deceptive speed. He's a lefty, and you know, he's got the ability to hurry you up. Hits the bat hard. So de Kock needs to be a little mindful of that, but also this fellow Madhushankar has to come with a very positive mindset, because he can take the advantage right away from you and put the pressure right back on you. Okay,
let's go to the next one. And this one is someone you like a lot, Mahesh Tikshana, someone Mahendra Singh Dhoni likes a lot. You've got him against David Miller. And with one Indu Hasaranga unavailable, he's got a huge task on his hands.
He has, and I think he'll be required to do a bit of work in the first 10 and hold him back for players like this. Him and Klaasen, he'll be held back to try and get the wicket, because he's a little bit of a mystery spinner. No problem bowling with a new ball, and also very good in the middle and towards the end.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I was very impressed with Dunit Velalage, because he had the Indian lineup in all sorts of trouble, this young man. But he's up against perhaps the hottest player right now, that 174 against Australia. But if it's a slow track, how does Klaasen sort of get things into his zone? Does he have to wait for a while, wait for the ball to come? Does that restrict his ability to swing freely?
Yeah, surely it does, because the slower the pitch, the more you got to work off the back foot and wait till it's right under your nose, then you can whack it down the ground. And you have a lefty bowling to a right-hander, so you know, if you are going to drag him across the line of the where it's spinning, across the spin, then you've got to be absolutely sure you're going to hit that middle of the bat. Otherwise, it'll, you know, the leading edge comes in and you could be caught out. So he needs to be careful. Dunith is only a youngster playing in his first World Cup. Really, you know, for someone that young, a lot of things are expected of him. That's what I worry a little bit.
Okay, we'll not We'll play the next one and we'll actually go back to back. But I want to talk about the South African Pacers. You've got Kagiso Rabada.
Yeah.
You've got him up against Kusal Pereira.
Yeah.
And can we just get to the next one? Because that one is Marco Jansen. And you've got him against Kusal Mendes. Now, no Andrik Nokia, but Rabada we know can hit the deck very hard. And this guy's probably entering that phase where people like me are saying, well, it looks like a bit like Klusner. And the problem with Sri Lanka is at the top, they're a bit shaky.
Yeah, this fella bats at number 3.
And but he's almost in the first couple of
Well,
overs.
that's right. Particularly with the previous
with Kusal Pereira.
graphic, Pereira or Karunaratne. But Marco Jansen, I'm sure you'll agree, is beginning to impress a lot of judges. He's a very tall boy and he comes from a great height. He gets a little bit more bounce because of it. And more than that, he's got the temperament, I feel. You know, he gets hit, but he still looks like he's able to compose himself, come back again and repeat a good ball. So
and Rabada's done well. Rabada's done well in Delhi. He used to play the IPL there.
He knows the ground.
Lots of wickets for them.
He knows the ground, so you know maybe he'll be expecting a bank of wickets himself.
Okay, very quickly, where do you think this game is going to be won?
I think maybe at the top. You know, if a team can break it open early and just ensure that some momentum, it's very difficult to maintain it. But if you break it open early and then just keep maintaining a reasonable run rate and then a little bit more acceleration at the end, I think can do it. But it's, again, the pitch will dictate everything. And it's sight unseen. I really would prefer to see the surface of the pitch before I open my mouth with authority.
Yes.